Hi, I'm Heather from Here booktubes, and this is my Blackathon recommendations videos. I was going to do TBR and recommendations, but I have 33 books to talk about. I have books for every single prompt in the readathon, and I just don't have, like, how long is this video going to be? So I read a lot of indie romance. I read a lot of indie romance that is very diverse. I think it's the bare minimum. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So these are all romances by Black authors. Some of them are Black romance, which features a Black love relationship where all the people in the relationship are Black, or interracial, multicultural. Multicultural kind of indicates that there's no white person in the relationship, and interracial covers white people and multicultural. So like there's all sorts of different things. If you're confused, feel free to ask a question. But we are gonna do this rapid fire. I have been participating in Blackathon since I joined BookTube. Love Jessie, my whole being. And last year they added romance specific prompts, which made it so much easier to participate. And I was really excited about that and had a great time. So really looking forward to this year's round. So my TBR will just be in my vlog. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. This is not gonna be in-depth. This is going to be, this book fits this prompt. This is why you might like it. Okay. Let's start with the prompts for the Ocean team, which is what I will be doing my little vlog for. So the first one is a book with hate to love romance. The first one I have for this is The Culmination of Everything by Christina C. Jones. This is a Black romance. It is also a little bit heavier, so you have content warnings for school shooting, death of a spouse, death of a child, death of a friend in a fire, firefighting, the injuries sustained by fire, also some medical scenes around really bad injuries because our main character is a surgeon and she is gonna be burned out. She decides to take a trip to the small town, falls down in the woods and gets injured, and this park ranger rescues her, and he is a grump and they hate F. And being mad at him is like the first thing she's felt since the loss of her family, and it's just perfection. Then I have Demon's Dream, which is an unexpected love by Elle, Kayson, and this is 2 romances in one. So you have 4 main characters, 2 different couples, and then you also get some POVs from others. This is a long book, like over 700 pages, worth every page. I was gripped from the beginning. So you're really getting 2 romances in one, and this is darker. There's a massive list of content warnings. I will actually put that on the screen from my review. This is what I at least picked out. The Demon character, his street name is Demon. He had a awful childhood. You name the abuse, he suffered it. And we're going to see some of that, although it's not going to be heavy throughout the whole book. And then also at the end, one of the characters gets kidnapped and is whipped really graphically and badly. So just caution on those. But wow, I was obsessed with the relationships. It's very alpha, very over the top. So if you don't like that, you're not gonna like it. But I was gripped from the beginning. Then the second prompt is a book with strong aquatic themes or water magic. I am not gonna lie to you. This is not my thing. Of all the paranormals, water creatures, I don't care. I don't really read them very much. So these are cheating, I'm not gonna lie. The first one is Current, which is an anthology for Jackson, Mississippi. This is several different Black authors writing Black romance for charity to raise money for the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi, which is a primarily Black town that has, you know, not been getting the resources that they need to fix this. Surprise, surprise. So while the stories are not water themed, the anthology is water themed, and it's for a water cause. That's cheating, I know, but like I read a paranormal shifter lion book in this, and it's all authors that are amazing. Like, it would just be a great use of your money. So I'm sorry, that's cheating. The other one is That Time I Got Drunk I Needed a Love Potion at a Werewolf by Kimberly Lemming. This is a light-hearted, easy steamy fantasy romance. It is interracial romance, and there's a tentacle scene. So then the next prompt is a book with a yellow cover or an author name begins with Y. I don't have the Y, these are yellow covers, okay? So Can't Catch Me is Houston Skyhawks #1 by Alexandra Warren. You could do 1 or 2. The second book is my favorite because there's no third act breakup. This first one though, it is a defensive player on the NFL team and then like a childhood friend, second chance. They had issues back in the day, and she is a sneaker designer. She's a sneakerhead. Then Fall Into You by Georgina and Kiersten. This is a short novella. It is sapphic. It is still steamy, but also very sweet. Just a very sweet, sweet novella. And obviously it does kind of take place in the fall, but would be great any time of year. And then I Think I Might Need You, which is Love Sisters #2 by Christina C. Jones. This is Black romance and does feature a surprise pregnancy. So if that's not your thing, maybe you won't like it, but this series is hysterically funny, truly rom-com if that's what you want. And this one specifically is about a couple of YouTubers, so that's always interesting. Then the next prompt is a book that is kinky, smutty, and sex positive. This is my jam. I read all the steam. Like, if a book doesn't have steam, I'm pointing that out because generally you can assume all the books I read do. So the first one is Let Me Love You, which is McClain Brothers #1 by Alexandria House. This is Black love. This is a celebrity romance. This is single parent, and it is steamy. They get on in public-ish, and he uses her panties as a gag because he's too loud. So he's gagging himself. So the steam is hot. And I just love these characters. Then If She Says Yes by Tasha, Elle Harrison. This is a multicultural romance. The older woman is a Black woman and the younger man is, I believe, Mexican American. And this is one of the hottest books I have ever read. And a worshipping hero. It's age gap and it's also her son's best friend, but he is over the age of 30, so you're not dealing with any of that 19-year-old ick, right? That's not what this is. I would trust Tasha L. Harrison with my life, so just know it's well done. Then Held in Contempt, an erotic novella by Ava Cherie. This is a novella, is Black romance. It is a twist I didn't see coming. It is very hot. I will give you a content warning for racism. Kind of the villain of the story is a racist. Although it's not like heavily on page, but just know it's there. Then lastly for this, I have Fans Only by Be Love. Two friends decide to make a fans only account in order to make money, and he treats her so well. So well. If you want really like care taken with sex work, I thought that this was great. Oh, I guess lastly, that wasn't my last one. Lastly for this prompt, I have Neighborly by Katrina Jackson. This is two Black couples. One is older and one is younger. And the women are going to be involved with each other with full support and consent of their partners. It's incredibly hot. It's so fantastic. One of the guys is a fighter, like I forget if he's like UFC or boxing. I think boxing, but hot. So if you would like a little sapphic and a little MF, it's good. It's really good. Then for the next team, Hatshepsut, I did not look up the pronunciation, and it's been a minute since I watched anything on Egypt. I was an Egypt kid. I had a hieroglyphics book. Like I was going to impress people by knowing what random hieroglyphics meant. Have I retained any of that? No. Could not tell you what a single one means, but I was an Egypt kid. So the first prompt for this team is a book of any genre by a trans Black diasporic author. Pronunciation, not my strong suit. First of all, The Devil's Bargain by Ryan Fox is a very hot MPreg demon novella that I really enjoyed. Sing Me to Sleep by R.M. Virtues is a multicultural sleep paralysis demon with consensual non-consent. He also has a series that is the Greek gods, Hades and Persephone is a Black trans character. So but personally Sing Me to Sleep is my favorite book I've read by them. And then also I would really recommend Jack Harbin. Their work is not really for me. Their writing's not really for me. I've heard really good things about this audiobook, but I love them as a person. Like, I support them. If their writing works for you, I would be thrilled. The next prompt is a Black girl protagonist who is not afraid to be loud, confrontational, or to take up space. Love that. So first of all, Sinful Vow, which is Mafia Misfits #1 by Asia Monique. This is mafia romance that is Black romance that has supportive families. Every single woman, every single main character is going to be just as lethal as her love interest is, which I love. I love so much, and each one is from like a different mafia organization, and they've kind of broken off into their own organizations. So you're dealing with Afro-Italians, Afro-Russians, Afro-Irish, Afro-Japanese, is that the right phrase for that? But like the daughter of the female head of the Yakuza, like just, oh, it's so good. I love this series. And when you are talking about women who know their worth in like a she can kill all the people, oh, it's so good. Then I have I Think I Might Love You by Christina C. Jones. This is a rom-com with a truly chaotic main character who is just going around causing mayhem, and her love interest, who is kind of prim and proper and is trying to avoid being collateral damage and is not doing a great job of that, and it's hilarious. Then I have Love for My Zombie Kings. Zombies Rule the World #1 by Leisha McCoy. Don't judge this, okay? If you never knew you needed a zombie why choose romance, this is great. So this is Black romance. So you've got like zombie shifter things that are all brothers. And basically by the end of the series, she rules the entire world as the zombie queen, and I don't know how you take up more space than that. The next prompt is a book of any genre with an impressive creative architecture or set largely, I can't read my own writing, in one building. Example, office romance, college, hospital. So Take It is On the Clock #1 by Shay Sanders. She writes messy characters, and they were like getting it on in the office, and I was stressed about them getting caught, which they didn't really get caught, but just chaos and mess and just like get your act together, but also so real and really good steam. Then I have Getting Schooled and Pulling Doubles, which are Wright Brothers #1 and 2 by Christina C. Jones. Getting Schooled takes place on a Black historical college and is between a TA and a much older student. And Pulling Doubles is they're both hate to love, but is hate to love in a hospital between a nurse practitioner, I want to say, and a doctor. So those would both fit that great. And then Teach Me is Rama University #1 by Alexandria House. This also takes place on a Black historical university and it does have some BDSM in it. So if that's not your thing, be aware. Also some toxic side characters that stressed me out, but still good. Then the next prompt is a book with lavishly wealthy characters or explores class. All of mine are going to be kind of more the rich people. So these are all Black love. Love Unsolicited by Alexandra Warren is between a Black billionaire and a kind of con artist who he's like, whatever, take my money. It's really good. Her sister actually works for him. It's just, ooh, this is my first ever Alexandra Warren and made a huge impact on me. I have just adored her ever since. Then I have Ante Up by Christina C. Jones. This is a Las Vegas casino owner. His family is very rich. They started out as like gangsters, like back in the 1920s or something like that, and have built wealth and have gone legitimate and like things like that. And then she is a poker player and she needs to win the prize, and she has a lot of, you know, people in her life who are, every time she gets ahead, she has to bail them out. And it's just an interesting exploration of that. Definitely some content warnings on this one. This one is on the darker end of Christina C. Jones, so know that. And then Higher Love by Alexandria House. I want to say, I've read this a long time ago. I want to say she is like a travel vlogger, and he owns a airline company, so it was good. Then for Team Granny Nanny, the last one, our first prompt is a charming protagonist who is spiritual or has fantastical abilities. So The Alphys Affair by Drea Anderson is a bear shifter and a witch black romance, and also very low angst, low conflict, just a safe read if you want to have that paranormal aspect. And then A Taste of Her Own Medicine by Tasha L. Harrison features a main character who practices gula and is just like really explored. She's a single mom, she's getting a divorce, and he really kind of tried to shut down that aspect of her heritage, and it's her kind of getting back in touch with it and trying to open her own shop and stuff. Really well done, again, by an author you can trust. Then a protagonist who is mixed race and or an immigrant. Sips of Her by Carmen Lee is a black sapphic romance. One of the main characters is half black, half Korean, and that character's family is homophobic. You do not see it on page, but she's struggling to date the main character in the open because her family doesn't know that she's gay. So know that conflict does not happen on page with her family at all. Then Let Me Free You, which is McClain Brothers #4 by Alexandria House. This features the brother that has had some drug and alcohol, I think maybe just alcohol actually, issues in the past, and then a friend of all of his brother's wives that is in the country illegally but has literally lived her whole life and is going to be deported and needs a green card. And they have a very spiritual connection as well, so just a great one. And a book set in Jamaica or on an island, Go Deep by Rilsey Adams is a friends to lovers erotic romance. I'm pretty sure it's on a Caribbean island, and she is a Caribbean author. And then Maybe Next Time by Christina C. Jones is a marriage in trouble. Content warning for miscarriage, but he kidnaps her on vacation to an island when she tries to divorce him. So it's a novella. It's a little bit dark, a little bit steamy, a little bit sweet, a little bit alpha. It's just so good. Then lastly, I have Axel in Heaven by Francesca Penn. This is a interracial romance that is fake dating on vacation in Hawaii, and was entertaining. They like meet on the first page, and I loved it. It was good. It was really good. And then our last prompt is a book centering a tight-knit group of friends or unlikely allies. So That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming is the first book in that fantasy series, and demons are enslaved, so there is some depiction of slavery, so be careful of that later on in the book. But they have a goddess, and turns out the goddess is a fake, and demons actually are under a curse, and they go around kind of collecting a family of demons, and you have a dragon shifter demon and a cinnamon farmer, and they're really cute together. Then I have Worth It by Lady Marie. This is a black romance that is fake dating done really well, and you get to see her family and also their friends and stuff constantly trying to clock whether they're being fake or being real, and for every fake date he takes her on, he gets to take her on a real one, and it was great. And then lastly, I have The Cardigans, which is Criminal Intentions #1 by Cole McCade. This is a really diverse cast of characters, both with BIPOC and with queer, and you know, everybody has a different intersection, and it's really well done. This is a couple of police officers in Baltimore. I feel that this is very much not done in a pro-cop sort of way, so if you want kind of a mystery show experience, this is written like the episodes of a crime show, but really, I don't know, I guess in a way that doesn't have so many of the issues that often come in police propaganda shows. So our main characters, one is the son of Persian immigrants and the other is the son of Korean immigrants. And there is a slow burn male-male romance with just an amazing group of characters that are the fan family that you would die for. So just know that, like, if you are not obsessed with them, very quickly. I don't know what to tell you because it's perfection. This first book does deal with the brutal murder of young queer men, so proceed with caution with that, but there's an extensive content warnings listed in the front of all the books, and again, the author really handles things with care. So that's it. That's 33 books that work for these prompts. They're all indie romance. They're all by Black authors. And if you want to know if any of the books fit for other prompts or you want another recommendation, I have more. If you need a book for any prompt or any whatever, let me know and I probably at least know of one. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you let me know if you're participating in Blackathon, and if you are, I hope this was helpful for you and your TBR. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!